was able to unlock difficult calisthenics skills like the front lever and the handstand push-up whilst I was still building muscle. I can do 35 kg pull-ups and 45 kg dips. And in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can progress in calisthenics, unlock your dream skills while you're building muscle so that you don't look like those skinny kids. How to build muscle and unlock hard skills like the planche, front lever, muscle up, handstand push-up. It's way different than many people tell you. You don't split building muscle and neuromuscular connection phases. Everyone will tell you, no, you need skill and hypertrophy phases. When do you need this? When do you need to split the phases? You split them when skill is your priority. How does this work? So basically when you build your muscle, you have more force, more output, and this is where when you build muscle, then you go into a skill phase. This is where you can focus on the neuromuscular connections, and this is where your skill basically skyrockets because you recover only one. The one recovers better than the other. So let's say you train hypertrophy and skill at the same time, you're gonna need to split your recovery. Your recovery is gonna have to go into both skill and hypertrophy. But if you only do one, your recovery goes into only skill. And this is why your skill can skyrocket, because you already have the muscle, so you get more output. But this is not the goal for many people. The goal for you probably is you want the skill. You want to do the muscle up, you want to do the handstand push-up, you want to do the front lever, and you want to do the planche. Every skill, you want to unlock some of these. Maybe one arm handstand is a goal for many of you. These are hard skills, you want them. But you don't want to look like that skinny motherfucker. You actually want muscle. When you perform the skills, you want people to look at you and be impressed about your body and the skill, not just the skill. Me personally, I think it's a little bit low level of ambition to only want the skill. Like, yeah, okay, cool, if you compete for competitions, whatever. But then again, you need the muscle for the skill to be better. Why? Because more muscle equals more like force, more output. So basically when you have more muscle, you want to be one of those top calisthenics athletes, you're gonna need more muscle to be able to do the harder skills at a higher level. It's actually pretty common sense. But in the beginning, if you only want to do skill, you only want to do the skill phase, yeah, you can progress. But this is where many people actually hit the plateau. Because it's like, yeah, you just go into the skill, you just do the skill, but once you got the skill, or not even, many people train for the planche, but they don't progress because they don't have enough muscle. They don't have enough force, enough strength to put into the skill. So basically, when do you split skill and hypertrophy phases? Hypertrophy basically is just where you build some more muscle, and skill phases is where you focus on neuromuscular connections. You split them when skill is your priority. Maybe you have been training both. This is what we're going to go over in this video. You need to train both for max gain of both worlds. Pretty common sense. But if you train both and you're so close to unlocking the handstand push-up, this was it for me. I was training. It took me so long to unlock the handstand push-up, but then I decided, okay, no, same with the front lever, same time. I did both skills. I took a break from hypertrophy, handstand push-up and the front lever. I took a break from this and I focused only on this. But my mistake was doing it for too long. It should be short, like maybe max 4 weeks, but then 2 weeks, let's say 2 weeks, you focus on the skills that you want to unlock. You basically just fast track to unlocking them, but then you should go back, because when you go into hypertrophy phase, you get stronger so that the skills that you did unlock will become way easier. But then there's a problem. More muscle, more mass. Things like the planche and the front lever is so dependent on body weight ratio to your strength. So if you gain weight, like 1 kg can literally make a difference. If you gain weight, how will you unlock the skill? This is where the confusion comes in. But this is what I explained to you earlier. More muscle equals more power. But not directly, like this is where the bodybuilders cannot do the front lever. Yeah, they have a shit ton of muscle, but then they don't have the neuromuscular connections. You need both. So how do you train? How can you incorporate both into your training? This is what I did in the beginning when I started training. I did a lot of dips and pull-ups. I could always do many push-ups, but if this is your weak point, these are the main basics when it comes to calisthenics. If you can do these weighted plus, let's say 10 kg, you maybe start at 5 kg here, maybe 10 over here. Pull-ups is harder than this because that's why I made it a little bit lower. This is how it can look like. Oh, pull-ups, you still try to get 10 pull-ups, dips you're at 5 kg, whatever, it will depend, it differs for everyone. This is your basic that you're focusing on. These build a shit ton of muscle. This is where you build the muscle, and these directly go into skills. But some of you, like me personally, I want to build the aesthetic body. This is where you focus on muscle groups. This won't be the priority for some of you, just saying. Some of you will be like, okay, cool, if I do these only, I build a shit ton of muscle like this, build your back like crazy, dips, build your triceps, chest, push-ups. It's basically you do get build. But I'll go over the 7 aesthetic muscles in a second. But if you focus on muscle groups, you need weight training. If you're not going to the gym, okay, cool, problem solved, do these, just go find a tree, maybe buy a $10, $20 pull-up bar to hang at your door. It's pretty simple. Or just do skills at home. Okay, cool, that problem solved. But if you can actually go to the gym and you can do weight training, this is for muscle groups and if you want an aesthetic body. Here's where it got a little bit more complex for me, because I wanted the skills. I need the muscular connections, but I also wanted hypertrophy. But I also wanted the specific muscles. So this is where it gets harder. Like if you train the weighted dips and weighted pull-ups, these train the muscles that you need for skills. If you do specific muscle groups, let's say legs, don't skip leg day, you're an idiot if you do this. Except if you want to be a top athlete and not all-rounded, but I don't think that's pretty low ambition again. But if it's for some of you, fair. If you want to do legs, you don't use legs in any skill except pistol squats. If you train legs, it's dead weight. You won't use that muscle. So you cannot put more force, that's dead weight. This is why you cannot be a fat fuck when it comes to calisthenics, because, bro, you have so much dead weight. So You cannot be over 20% fat. That's not gonna work. If you train skills, like I said, like the legs, dead weight. So this is where the problem came in from. Okay, I want hypertrophy. I want skill, but I also want those, let's just say, the aesthetic physique. How do you focus on all? Because many of you are actually going to the gym, like you lift weights, but you want the skill. This is gonna be a simple solution. This is basically how you can structure your workout plan. And this will literally be how you train. Just follow this and you will make progress. You do skill first. The skill that you do, you can literally go watch any video online. You do the progression. You do the progression that you're focusing on. Let's say you do front lever training and you do the tuck front lever. Or maybe you cannot do the tuck yet, you're still focusing on to get you there, like pull-ups or tuck front lever raises, whatever. Then you can incorporate different training methods. This is something I cover a little bit more in my course, my program, if that's something you're interested in. But different training methods, like you can drop set, do the harder things first, then go to the easier progressions. You can also do every minute on the minute, like I cover this a little bit more in my program as well, if you want to go check that out. But you basically incorporate these different training methods in the first part of your workout. You cannot do skill at the end. Don't do this. You train skill at the start of your training session. Then after skill, you can do a little bit of dips and maybe pull-ups. This doesn't have to be every single day. If you train 3 days, 4 days a week, cool. Skills, maybe you can do a little bit more. This is where you just have to adapt to your body. Like, just see how it goes. If you don't make skill progress, just lower this one a little bit. Or when you don't make skill progress, lower the weight training. This is what you do third. If you're like me, you want to build a specific body. So basically, skill first, you do the progressions and you do the training methods, like every minute on the minute drop setting. But some days you do weighted dips and weighted pull-ups to build insane strength and insane muscle. But if you want a specific body, after this, or you can skip this in a whole if that's what you want to do for that day, but don't skip them completely. You need to do them somewhere. Then you do weight training. This is like your fucking bicep curl or lateral raises to focus more on the lateral delts. If this is something that you want, let me give you the 7 aesthetic muscles. Basically focus more on these and you have the most attractive body possible. It's the bicep. It's the neck, lateral delts, abs, upper, you have your upper traps, you have your lats, upper chest. These are the 7 aesthetic muscles. If you want to target them, you can target these also with specific strength, like direct calisthenic skills, like literally the weighted chin ups. You see, there's so many ways to train. Things like the next lateral delts, upper traps, they don't ever get hit with calisthenics. Just train them with weights, especially the neck, like literally nothing is that. Also the lateral delts, just train them with weights. So why can't you still build muscle if you train hypertrophy and skill phases? You can definitely still build muscle. But remember, this video is like you want max growth, max muscle growth. So you can still build like this, but this one is more focused for the skill. If you want max growth, for your muscle, that is when you need to do skill plus hypertrophy. But just ask yourself, why do you need to keep on training hypertrophy year round for maximum muscle growth? Again, it's not, if you want max skill, split them. But for max muscle growth, why keep on? Just ask yourself, why do you think? It's simple. It's a longer period of time where there's tension. Remember, muscle is literally just time under tension, the growth. If you just stop, even if this time is less, you see, you still, it's like fucking common sense. How will you not build more muscle? Again, if you just skip this period and don't train, this is your, let's say this is your skill phase, you will build way more muscle if you just do even maintenance hypertrophy, like just a little bit. The period of time, the longer it is that you train the muscle group, the bigger it will get, the more it will grow. Like basically you just get maximum muscle growth. If you also want skill training. Obviously, if you want to be like bodybuilder, don't train calisthenics skills, because first of all, the big bodybuilders, your body's way too heavy for calisthenics. But the thing is, if you want the skills and maximum muscle gain while doing so, if you train a little bit more skill focused, just lower the amount that you train the weights. Don't stop, don't break it into the phases. This is what I did. Again, it works. The progress that you make in your skill is way more, but is it worth it? Like, your muscles can get smaller, but remember, it's muscle memory. Like within a month, everything's back. You keep on growing. But do you want that time wasted for extra skill, or do you want to unlock the skill? While it might take a little bit longer, it's not gonna look like this. It might look like this, a little bit longer, but you build more muscle. You need to choose. And in this video, I showed you how to choose. Again, in my program, I have way more advanced knowledge on this. If you train calisthenics, you cannot be bodybuilder big. So this is where it's so important first. Why do you train skill first in your workout? It needs maximum power, maximum output. If you train weights, you're already fried. Calisthenics is body weight max strength, especially the skills. Like, this is gonna be way more easier if your goal is just to upgrade the weighted dips, weighted pull-ups, weighted push-ups. This is a goal for some. You might be sitting there, damn, I can't think so. Yeah, not for me. I take them with skills, but this will be someone's only goal. Then cool, that's gonna be simple. Just train that with weights. That's way more simpler. Skill training. First, you need maximum strength. So I'm not gonna give you the basic advice from your diet. You already know this. Just eat clean. Like I said, you already know, don't do dirty. That's just fucking stupid. But you should focus on carbs. Obviously, like again, you probably know this, focus on carbs because you have more strength, more power, you can last longer in sessions. Basically just eat the carb, eat your pre, eat your intra, eat your post, like just go do some research. If you want me to explain this, you can tell me. But just simple gym still applies to calisthenics. But if you're, again, a little bit more business work focused, carbs is gonna be a little bit more shit, but you're watching this video, so you're probably more gym focused, okay? Carbs, important. Recovery, sleep, important. I just want to mention this again, but you probably know this. So what am I gonna do right now? Like I said, I came out of my skill phase. I'm gonna go into hybrid. I'm gonna go into a hybrid phase. This is where I basically do skill plus hypertrophy. As simple as that. So this is where basically I'm gonna also get max muscle gain plus skill building out of it. But again, if you do this and you want to focus more on the skill, but you still don't want to drop this, instead of like the muscle build amount is like, I think 8 sets to like 12, just drop it to 4. So recovery and strength is more for skill. And just do more skill. It's as simple as that. You still don't drop it, you basically just maintain it. Your muscle don't fucking shrink because you don't train it. It's as simple as that. This is how you can do both. Again, if you want me to cover more info like this, you want more in-depth info, go check my course out. It's pretty fucking awesome, the value that you get inside. But for now, don't wait to start training. You're already training calisthenics, maybe, or you want to start. Do it now. Incorporate hybrid training now. Like, you probably got some ideas of, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that progression, or I'm gonna go watch that video because I don't have progressions, or you can go watch Eckhart my videos on progression for certain skills if that's what you want. I'm gonna go do that, then I'm gonna mix it in with weights. Like, you probably got some ideas through this video. Do it now. Incorporate it now. Why wait a week? So that's what I'm gonna leave you with in this video. There's no better time to start doing it than now. Bye bye.